So we're Army brats. We're just hanging out, doing life. I'm super excited to talk to you guys about social media and just branding yourself on social media because it's so important. We're in social selling. So if you're like, well, I'm not really good at social media, you got to find a way. Got to find a way somehow to be decent at social media. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you guys why. I'm going to walk you through it just a little bit. But when you hear the word branding, a lot of people are like, oh, my color scheme, right? What do my mail-outs look like? Is everything matchy? Who cares? That's what I have to say. That who cares? It doesn't matter. That is not what I'm talking about at all. That's well and that's good and that's amazing, but that's fluff. It's not income producing. It really isn't. So save that fluffy stuff for the days where you have no motivation. The days where you're like, I don't want to run my Scentsy business today. I don't feel like it. I'm down. I'm out. Save all that fluffy stuff for that time, okay? Because that can come whenever. It doesn't really matter when that happens, right? I tell all of my team, like, you can put stuff pretty together later. Right now, we want to focus on our 3 legs of success, our PRV, our sponsoring, our coaching, if you want to build a big business. If you don't care, then focus on your fluff. If you do care, focus on what's going to bring you in money because you're in a money-making business, right? Money does talk. It's not all everything, but it does talk, okay? So that's number 1. Also, after you hit your goals, right? So like you should be making goals every single month. Don't do fluff until you've hit your goals. All right. So like I love my VIPs and they're great, but I think about what I'm going to do and then I kind of just leave it until I hit my goals. And then I'm like, okay, now I can focus on that cutesy package that I want to make them because I've got goals to hit and things I want to do in my business. Right. So that is super, super important. What I'm going to talk to you guys about is branding you. So attraction marketing is huge, right? People have to like what they see. They also have to like you. Okay. So if you're someone who's super negative in person, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to get people to join your team because they know who you are. They know you and they're like, man, that girl's negative Nancy. What are you bringing to the table for them to say, you know what? I think I have goals too, and this person could help me get to those goals. What makes you stand out? Because I can guarantee you there's more than one Scentsy consultant on your friends list, right? And on your friends' friends and your family. I mean, for me, my mom and my sister are on my team. Y'all, what is making my grandma buy from me versus them, right? It has to be something. Am I being extra gracious with my loving on my customers, treating them like gold? Am I making them laugh? Am I showing up consistently on social media so I'm known as the Scentsy person? There's all those things to consider when you're thinking about attraction marketing and your social media, okay? So we need to be, and just have grace on yourself because it takes time, all right? It takes time to figure out. If you're like, man, I'm retired, right? I am not like some 20-year-old girl who has no kids and is sitting there like, I got grandbabies. You don't need to be following a bunch of 20-year-olds on social media. You need to go find people that are like you, people that kind of represent your life. So when you're scrolling through intentionally, that's the key, scrolling intentionally, not just for fun, scrolling intentionally, you can say, you know what, I could do something like that. And your juices start flowing, those creative juices start flowing, okay? So stop looking at people who aren't like you. That's not gonna help you get anywhere, okay? If I'm over here and I got 3 kids, I'm a homeschool mom, what business do I have watching someone who only has dogs? That's only gonna, I have dogs, but it's only gonna get me so far, right? Because our minds are not thinking the same, okay? I can't put in that person's life what I'm doing and vice versa. We're not even on the same playing field, okay? So think about that. Next, so we're breaking this up into like 4 parts. We're gonna break it up into showing up with Scentsy, showing up with life, and then why we're doing that, okay? So the first thing is going to be you showing up consistently. That's the key. Everything in this business is consistency, okay? You want to be known as the person who does Scentsy. When they think of your name, they think, oh, that's right, they do Scentsy, okay? That's got to be number 1 in your head. So how are you showing up consistently? Is it once a week? That's okay, as long as it's consistently, right? Is it every other day? That's cool, consistently. So I want you guys to think, and put it in the chat too, like how often do you make a post? How often do you do a social media reel? Are you like, what the heck is a reel? Right? Like, How often do you do those things? A TikTok. How often do you post in a story? More people will see your stories on your social media than they will your actual Facebook post. Okay. So stories are really, really big. That's like most of my content stories. So think about that how often. And when you're thinking about that, I'm going to ask you questions to help your wheels start turning so you can see, okay, wait a minute, maybe I need to pump this up to posting 3 times a week. Maybe I need to post once a day. Whatever it looks like for you, that's consistent. There's no one way to do it. It's just you got to be consistent. Okay. So, also take this, please, and hear me. It doesn't matter what you look like, y'all. If you want to show up with your hair a mess and no makeup on, guess what? Karen is over there eating her Cheetos with no makeup on, her hair a mess, sitting on the couch, scrolling through social media. Who cares? So now Karen is like, wait a minute, I can do that too, right? Because you're being real and authentic, true to you. If you are someone that looks amazing 24/7, then look amazing 24/7. That's going to appeal to someone too, okay? But be you. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect. You don't. Like, y'all, I have 3 boys, okay? I had a story the other day. I was filming Instagram. My big boys are being so cute, and my little one is in the background yelling, "Somebody come wipe my butt." I almost died. And then I sat there and thought, you know what? How many other mamas are sitting there scrolling through with a kid in the background yelling, "Somebody come wipe my butt"? Probably a lot, right? They get it. They know that's my life. I'm not showing up perfect because I'm not perfect. That's not obtainable. That's fake. And that's not who I want to be. Okay. So think about those things too. All right. So take an inventory. How often you show up on social media, your stories, your VIP group if you have one. How often are you showing up? And I'll even take it a little bit further. How often are you showing up even for your team? Because that's huge too, right? So think about that's like a whole side note. But how often are you showing up for your team? Because people need to count on you, right? And they're looking for you. I don't care what you say. You can get no likes. They're watching. They're watching you. All right. Okay. So the next thing is how you're going to show up with Scentsy. Nobody wants to see 15 graphics. I'm just going to be real honest with you. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody cares. Nobody's reading it. After the second one, no one cares. They don't care about your graphics. Okay. They want to see your face. They want to see you using the product. So show them how you're using the product, right? Take a picture with your favorite bar. Okay. And in like Instagram, Facebook, it's all going to take you just playing around and kind of figuring out how to do things. I still don't know how to do everything, but I'll watch a YouTube real quick to try to figure it out. Okay. So the technical stuff, you just kind of have to wing it and see what you do, and you'll get better as you go. But be in your stories, be in your post. Okay. If you are someone who's silly, dance around, be silly with your washer with, shaking them all over the place. Find a song on your stories that type in shake. Okay, find a song about shaking and dance around with your washer whips if you're a silly type of person. And if you can think of anything while I'm talking, please post it. Okay, put it in here, because here's the thing: what one person is going to do, another person might have that same idea and it's going to look completely different. So it's okay if everybody has the same ideas, right? Because we're all different people. There's no way everybody's story is going to be the same. It's just not going to happen. All right. So if you're silly, be silly. If you're more serious and you're like, you know what? No, I'm going to show them exactly how to use these washer whiffs, all the ways to use the washer whiffs. Show them. Sprinkle it in your carpet, vacuum over it, right? Put it in your kids' stinky shoes. Do what you have to do, put it in your washer, show them how to, okay? You got how to if you're more serious and you're more practical. You want to be silly, be silly. You got kids, let your kid put their finger in their wax. Take a video of it, right? Everybody loves that. Why? But you got grandkids, let your grandkid put their fingers in it. My boys love it, especially my little one. If it's red, he's like, oh, look. And I always snap a picture. And I will tell you this too, you guys, when I'm showing up on social media, I normally have my phone in my back pocket because that's where it stays. And if I'm doing something for Scentsy, I take a video and I save it. and I don't post it right away. So I'm not doing all of this every single day. No, I've got an inventory of stuff. I do my hair and my makeup maybe twice a week. Those are the days I'm going to go change my shirt real quick and do 4 or 5 little videos and save them to my phone and then post one a day, right? Slowly, one a day. So that way it's not so much on me. And if I'm feeling really creative, cool, I'm going to go for it, save them all. But if I'm not, then I already have backup and I don't have to worry about it. I'm like sitting home eating my bonbons, looking a whole hot mess, but I have this adorable picture of myself with my little mini fan diffuser, right? Because I've already taken the picture. So think about things like that too. When you see stuff, use the note section in your phone. Keep a list of ideas when you see things. Oh, that's cute. I could turn it like this to fit my life. Or I could do that, but with this product. Take notes and keep an inventory so that you have those juices flowing, okay? So if you have any ideas, I was trying to think of even more. The other day I did one, I love plants. And so I did one with my little plants in the fragrance flower jars. And I was just kind of walking through everybody how I do it when I'm propagating my pothos in my little fragrance flower jars. I even clean my window just for that video, but things like that. So think of things and put them down for everybody, even on your team pages. Make a thread, you guys, so that everybody's got all kinds of ideas of how to use different products and how to put them on social media. Another thing, my little one loves changing pods. Okay, that's his job. He changes pods. So when he does it, I video him. He even did, I have a mini fan diffuser in the car. He did a whole tutorial for everybody. And he was like, oh my gosh, he was cracking me up. And I had so many comments because they're like, oh my gosh, look how cute he is. He knows exactly what to do. And I'm like, it's not difficult. Yep, he knows what to do. Okay. But people don't care. They don't care. And I think I had 2 orders from people getting fan diffusers just from that. Okay, because I'm showing up and they know me as a Scentsy girl. If I'm only posting graphics, they don't get to see a wide range of products or how to use them or how much fun Scentsy can be, right? If you are not having fun, you guys, in some way or form, and you're not showing that or showing that Scentsy is fun, no one's going to want to join your team. No one's going to want to join your team. And that's not okay. You want people to join your team, right? But it has to be fun. Why do they want to do what you want to do? Is it because of your sisterhood, right? Take a picture of your meetings. We tell our people on my team always tag your people in social media. Take a picture of me. Everybody smile, take a picture. Okay, yeah, hey girl, right? Tag everybody. Oh my gosh, I love this sisterhood. It's so great. Whatever it is, you get something in the mail, right? From Scentsy, from your director, from whoever. Take a picture with it. Oh my gosh, look. So many people want to be recognized for things every single day, especially women. My gosh, y'all, we are not appreciated enough. Can I get an amen? Hello. Okay. Thank you. Yes. We're not appreciated enough. You know how many women are looking at you dang, look at her getting recognized for something. Scentsy, right? But they don't know what this business is. They don't know what it can do. They don't know what the product can do. They don't know how amazing your team is until they see it. You've got to show them. And I promise you, it does not matter if you have no likes. They are watching you. They're watching every step of the way. They're watching. What is she doing? Why is she smiling? Why is she glowing? Because she finally has something for herself. They're watching you. All right. So share it. You can share it without being spammy. I promise. Just share the love that you have for the products, for your team, and it will take you so far. So far. All right.
Do you share money posts? Do you share any posts having to do with payday, things you purchase? And if you do, how do you handle that?
Okay. So when I'm sharing a money post, I've done it a few times, only a few times, because it does make me nervous to share money posts. It really does. So sometimes I will blank out the money part and I'll just be like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Never in a million years did I think I would make a check with a comma, right? Or you can say, never did I think I'd make a check, over what to buy me a coffee without my husband fussing at me. Starbucks, hello, okay, that's my life. Something cute and catchy like that. And then I like to leave it open. If you really want to know how much I make, please ask me. I will 110% tell you without a doubt. So I've done that before. And I've had people ask me, and the 2 that asked me, they joined. So there's that. And they're now leaders. So, that worked. And then I have also I've done reels. I've done some fun reels about making money and just needing something for myself and not knowing how badly I needed it. And then I actually. I'm very proud of this. Not like too proud, but I'm very proud of this because I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband's in the Army, like I said, and I do have a college degree. I've never used it. Like, I'm not even 100% sure like what it's in, to be honest. Gonna be honest, like, I'm not really sure, but I do have one. But that's because I was a single mom. But anyways, I made sure I got that done. But I posted a little bit ago. I was like, I just bought myself a car. Like, I got the loan by myself. My husband is not on it. The bank gave the loan to me, and my only income is Cincy. And that was huge.
I saw that post. A lot
Yes,
of people saw that post.
a
Yeah.
lot of people saw that post. Yes. And I just had fun. And I was like, it's, it's not to brag, but like if you stay at home, that's a big deal. If Sensi's your only income, that's huge to sit there and be like, oh yeah, you say this isn't a real business, but the bank said otherwise. They just gave me a loan. You know what I'm saying? So things like that, I think, and not, you can find ways to word things to where they're not braggy, but just like, I can't believe this is happening to me all because I said yes to a $20 kit. Like, that was me. I was a $20 join, all because I just was like, oh my gosh, this girl will not leave me alone. Like, okay, fine. Yes, I will do it to get paid back on my own orders. She asked me again. I've already told her no. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, thank you so much. And I did. I cried and I messaged her and I was like, thank you so much for just giving me this opportunity. And I didn't know what I had. So tell your story and be real and be authentic with it. If you want to share your money, do it. Just put the income disclosure with it. But do it and be like, I can't believe I made this much. It's going to resonate with somebody. And you have to remember too, y'all, this is a blessing. This business is a blessing. So to hoard it in and to not share what it's doing for you is really kind of selfish, right? To sit there and be like, man, what could an extra $50 do for this person? You don't know. Maybe it could put groceries on the table for them, literally, right? What could an extra $100 do for this person? Maybe that mom just needs a freaking cup of coffee from Starbucks because they're so nice and no one appreciates her back home when she has to go wipe their butt, right? Maybe she just needs that extra $10. I don't know. But you have to think of it that way. It's a blessing. And so share your Scentsy life to bless others. All right? It's huge. Huge, huge, huge. Okay. Next, because you're not just Scentsy, you have a life, you're a person, you're a real person, you're not just a Scentsy person, you have things. I want you guys to start thinking about your interests, think about your life, right? And not just I'm a mom, right? Or I'm a wife, or whatever it is, not just that, but 3 to 5 things that when people think about you, they're like, ooh, yeah, that reminds me of Nicole. Think about those things. What would those things be, right? And if you're super clueless, ask your social media. Ask on Facebook. If you could pick 3 to 5 words that would, things in life that would make you think of Anya, what would they be? You will be so surprised at the answers. You'll be really surprised. Just be like, positive vibes only, thanks. Yay, like I don't need to be like, oh girl, you like to throw back the margaritas. I don't need that in my life. No, thank you. Like, no, I need positive, like good thing. I mean, margaritas are good, but you know what I'm saying. So think about that. Think about even your family too, right? So when people think about me, they're like, okay, Anya's got 3 smelly boys. She's a homeschool mom, right? She likes her plants. She loves glitter. It's her favorite color. She's all over the place. Anything hippie boho, that's Anya, all right? You want people to think about those things too, because that is your brand right there. Those things. You love Jesus, you love your community, you are super kind and loving. That's your brand. So post about those things. Don't be scared to be who you are, you guys. I did a story yesterday. I was just thinking like, man, sometimes I really wish that I was more quiet. Sometimes I wish I was more organized because like my calendar still says both of them. I have 2. They both just say May. There's nothing, no numbers. There's nothing on them. They just say May. That's just me. So there's that. I got distracted. But I'm like, I wish I was more this way. And then I was like, you know what? No. God made me this way for a reason. He made me this way. This is who I am. Yes, I can work to be better in certain areas, but this is who I am. So know who you are. Be comfortable with who you are and share that. All right? Think of those 3 to 5 things, whatever they are. If you love cats, there's one girl on our team, man, she loves cats. Like, I didn't know people could love cats like that. That's a whole like, whoa. You're like, yes, that's me. I was like, girl, like she really loves her cats to the point where they're on her stickers for Scentsy. And everybody knows she loves her cats. She loves her cats. She loves her coffee. She loves her kids. Cool. 3 things. That's her brand right there. That's her brand. All right. Anything you can think of, those all go to your brand because you cannot just post Scentsy, Scentsy, Scentsy. Nobody, I mean, they care, but they don't care that much. All right. Like they don't get until they understand. Your Scentsy sisters do. We care. We love it. We think it's amazing. But outside people, they don't fully get it until they're in it, right? So you have to also post about other things. It needs to be a really, really good mix of, I like to try to use, I'm not very good at it because I love Scentsy so much. Kind of like was 70-30, right? You want your Scentsy posts in there, but you also really want your life because people have to get to know you, especially now, right? Like there's not so many home parties going on. And even if you do a home party, they see you once. That's not getting to really know you at your core. Okay. So write down what you really believe about yourself. If you don't know, post about it on social media. I promise you, people are more than willing to help. They are. They have all the ideas and all the thoughts, all the opinions. Good Lord. This is America. It's what we do over here. All the things up in America. Lord. So think about those things, okay? And you want to show up with your real life. What are you doing? If you love gardening, show up with gardening, you guys. Go ahead. And the thing is, too, people want to learn things. Teach them something. Teach them. If you know all things about cats, girl, go teach people about cats. Go teach them everything you can think of about cats, okay? If you're really good with plants and gardens, teach them because someone out there is trying to plant a garden and they're sucking wind. That's just the reality. They're killing everything, okay? So think about what you can teach people. Think about how you can make it humorous. If you want to be funny, if you don't, then that's fine. Whatever you want to do, okay? And I'll tell you this too. If you want to start doing reels, which I love because they're just so much fun. But if you want to start doing reels and whatever, there's all kinds of reels. I'm on TikTok. I love TikTok. You have like, I'm mad at my husband TikTok. Like that's a whole side of TikTok. Okay. You got your Jesus loving TikTok. You've got your how to plants TikTok. You've got your, I mean, of the teachers of TikTok. You've got all the things. Type it in, hashtag it, type it in. You will find exactly your brand. I promise you, with a crud ton of ideas to set you apart from the rest of the people on your team or whoever else is on your customers like Facebook profile. You'll find a ton of ideas. Okay. It's not all just dancing and beep bopping around and looking a mess. I promise. There's some good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Okay.
Real fast, Anya, sorry. Can you guys too, everybody type in the chat because I'm curious to see this and then we can look at it and then help each other out. So you said 3 things. So like 3 things about you that you would identify with is your brand, right? Yeah. And then type in 1 thing that you think you could teach. And don't think about it. Literally just type it. Don't sit there and think about it too much. Type it in. I'm curious to see what everybody says. Don't worry. We're not grading. We're not judging. Nothing.
No, not at all.
I just want to see because that's really good and it'll get everybody's juices going.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
That one.
Because I'm like, if you've got, I can just, the cat thing, like you have cats and they're doing funny things, go ahead and take a video of your cat doing something funny. There's a ton of cat lovers out there, right? Teach your cat a trick. Like put it on social media, whatever you can do. Or, you have those really cool people who teach their cats to go to the bathroom, like on an actual toilet. That's super cool. Like she's like, no, don't do that. Whatever you can find that you're like, this is a little different, a little unique. I promise you have something. You are not as boring as you think you are. Promise you that. Plants, kids, home decor, teaching about gardening tricks. Awesome. Cats, cooking, and kids. Yes. Christina, do you realize you could literally sit there and be like, this is what we're having tonight for dinner? And you could put this whole thing together and so many easy meals for moms on the go. Whatever you can think of, people are going to eat that up, man. Hello, I need that in my life. Give me some easy meals, please. Because like Instant Pot, help me. Thank you. Like dogs, water, gardening, scrapbooking, RVing. Yes, love this. Baseball mama, plants. All you plant people. Did I just find my people? Oh my gosh, I'm about this. Dog, runner, organizer. Leslie, help a girl out. I've been trying to become a runner for like the past 2 years. And when I say trying, I mean, once in a while I take a walk and do yoga, but it's fine. Look at this. son and husband, sci-fi movies, organizers. Yes, my whole life needs to be organized. Please come to Texas and help me because I didn't even fill my calendar. There you go. Look, boy, mom, cooking. Yes, you guys, this is awesome. See, okay, so now your juices can start flowing, you guys. Like, you're good at knitting, you're good at art, whatever it is. And show your stuff, show what you're working on. Show what brings life to you, what brings you joy, not just Scentsy, life, okay? Yorkies and kids, and like, y'all are really plant people. I'm loving this. All right, this is awesome. Okay, so now you guys literally just start getting those juices flowing, all right? So there is a plant talk on TikTok if you guys are interested. I'm just saying. There's all kinds of things. You will definitely be like, this is my heaven right here. It's so good. All the ideas, all the things.
There's a lot of plant people. We're all trying to figure out how to like propagate and mail them to each other and drop them off. And then like Lindsay had like a customer drop off props for her. And then Christina, was it you who got props from your mom? Somebody got props from their mom and brought them over. Yeah. We're playing.
I didn't just get props from a customer. They literally were moving and dropped off like 6
just full plants,
size house plants.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna have to show you because now we're talking about it. This is literally one of them. It is like the biggest plant. Like literally drop this on my front step.
That's amazing. And all of us
know you. They know you, and that's what you want. You want your customers to know you. They can't know you if you don't show them anything.
That's true.
Right? They can't know you if you're not sharing your life. You've got to share your life. This is awesome. You can teach about props. Love it. Yes. Amazing. You guys have all the ideas. So good. So good. Okay. So my SSD, when I think about her, she is all about beach and tacos. She's a boy mom and an army wife. And that's her, right? That is her. And so she literally has customers sending her like taco memes. And she loves it. She's all about it. So think about things like that. I promise you, you guys, it will change the game, okay? Because people get to know you. So now we get to move on into our why. Why are we doing this? Why does it matter? Well, you are in social selling. You're basically getting paid to make friends. So there's that. That's how I like to look at this. I'm getting paid to make friends, to meet a whole wide range of all kinds of different people from literally all over the world. It's amazing, right? It's awesome. And you have to sit there and you have to think, a follow-up isn't just, hey girl, how's your Scentsy order? No, like, no, wait. I mean, yeah, but like, no. Hey, how are you doing? How is life going? Oh my gosh. Because, okay, so this is what I tell my team. I add everyone after a party. I have a post at the very end that's like, you might have seen, I added you on Facebook. If you're a part of this group, it's because you're somehow interested in Scentsy, some way or shape. I don't care if you bought. I don't care if you liked a darn thing. I'm going to add you on Facebook. And if you don't want to be my friend, that's fine. I've been doing this for probably about 8 months. I've only had one person fuss at me. One person. And I was like, oh, I have COVID. And I did have COVID. But I was like, I have COVID. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. And she was like, that's fine. Feel better. And I was like, okay. Like, that was it. All right. Like, one person mad at me. Other than that, they either don't accept me or they do. My friends list has doubled. Like I said, like doubled my friends list, because even if they don't order, it doesn't matter. You don't know who's going to join you. You don't know who's going to host a party later or who might buy later. Like, I mean, let me know. Have you ever had someone just order and you're like, I've never even talked to them about Scentsy?
Like you said, they're there, so they're obviously interested in it somehow.
Thank you. Exactly. And you'll find, like, as soon as you start posting all kinds of stuff about on social media, people will randomly order and you're like, you've never liked a darn thing. Like, thank you for your order, right?
I've had that happen a few times this past week, actually.
Because they're watching. They now know you're the Scentsy person. And now they're curious. Well, she did that one video. I wonder how that would work in my life. They're curious about it, right? So that's what you want. And that's why you need to grow that network and just add everyone. Every party I'm doing this month is for someone who's never ordered from me and I have no idea who they are. Every single one. Because they've liked my Scentsy stuff. And I'm just like, hey girl, if you really like that, we can get it for free or half off. And they're like, okay, let's do it. They've already seen what a party looks like. They were in one. They just didn't order. Who knows what their financial situation was like then? Now they're ready and they're having banging parties. Like,
my sister had a party. She's never done anything like this before. And she's like, I don't know what to do. She's like, I'm not going to do nothing. Her party was over $600. We just closed it out. And she's like, oh my gosh, I get this much free Scentsy. I'm like, yeah, girl. She's like, I want to do this every season, every fall, every.
Yes, and now you have it. You're just going to keep on putting that bug in there. Eventually she's going to join.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Like,
she's a YouTube organizer. She has a huge YouTube channel. Like, that's what she does.
That's your target. You need to focus on her. On the target right there. That's amazing. But that's exactly what we want to happen right there. And you want people to see, oh, that party was really easy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I could do that. Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't that difficult. You want people to see that because that's what's going to draw them in, okay? So you're basically getting paid to make friends. Remember, people are always watching you, all right? When you show up on social media, not just with Scentsy, but with your life, they get to know you. I had someone join last week and she's like, I don't post on social media. And I was like, you're gonna have to figure it out because nobody buys from someone they don't trust, period. I'm definitely not doing a pre-order with you and giving you my money if I don't trust you. That's not going to happen. And I'm a whole heck of not going to join you if I don't know you. Why would I join you if I don't trust you? Why would I join you if you don't show up on social media and look like you're enjoying what you're doing? Right? Why would I join you if you're not even posting about the product? If you're not sharing that you're having fun? People like successful people. It doesn't matter if you're successful or not. If they think you are, if they see that you are and you like what you're doing, they're going to start to become curious, okay? And that's exactly what this brand new girl said. She's like, that's so crazy because I really do feel like I know you, but I've never met you. And I'm like, that's right. You did a party in December and I don't know you. And now you've joined the team and you're rocking it out. Like, but you think you know me and I feel like I know you because now you're posting on social media. And that's what we want. We want that, okay? Because it's contagious. It's contagious. So think about that because, I mean, you definitely wouldn't buy from anybody or join anybody that you don't know or trust. You might take a shot in the dark. You might get someone randomly, right? But that's not going to happen every single month. And you want consistency if you're going to build that big business, okay? So think about that because everybody's watching what you're doing. You guys, if you don't want to do Reels and TikToks, don't do Reels and TikToks. It might work for some, it might not work for other people. It's going to take you time and grace on yourself to figure out what works for you. Okay, it really, really is because you'll start to see, well, that post got a lot of attention. That post didn't. No one cares about my dog going to the bathroom on the toilet. Dang. Okay, now I need to veer off and I need to do something different. Let me teach my dog how to hold a treat on his nose and not move for 5 minutes. Oh, everybody loved that. Okay, things like that. You're going to start to see what the trend is, what people are wanting to see more of, and then you can say, okay, I can do more of that. Okay, my brain can do more of that. All right, but think about those things because all of that goes into you branding yourself. But it all starts with you posting on social media consistently, whatever that looks like. Once a week, twice a week. For me, I'm like, I want one Scentsy post a day, one a day, and the rest can be my whole hot mess life after that. But one a day, so people see me as the Scentsy girl, because then I do have people like, hey, I really just want your link. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't even know like you would be interested in Scentsy. Like, okay, all right, cool, let's go, girl, love it. And
You're
then
this on your regular page. On your regular page, one post.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Gosh, your VIP, that's a whole different ballgame. That's a whole different, this is your regular like page. And I'll tell you this, for me, it was really hard for me because I was a single mom for a while and my husband's in the military and I'm like, my husband's getting ready to deploy. Like, I don't want all my stuff open for everybody to see. So my Facebook is private, but it is for all of my customers, anyone who's ever been to a party, my family, my friends. My Instagram is very public. So those two things are run very differently. Although they have pretty much the same posts because they're linked, they're run differently. I know that my Instagram is going to be more of people who are also doing social media. And so that's what they like, social media and social selling. They like different things than my actual Facebook likes. So the posting now, I've realized this, I'm starting to make it look a little different, right? My Facebook is more about my family, about my life. My Instagram is going to start being more business oriented. how to up your customers, how to grow your network, how to do those things, because that's who is mostly following me, other Scentsy consultants and other direct salespeople. So I'm learning as I'm going, just like you guys will, what works and what doesn't. And my TikTok is just a whole hot mess. That's just a whole lot of fun because they censor everything when it comes to direct selling. So that's just fun and me being ridiculous. But the other things, and then if you link, like on my TikTok, I can link my Instagram, then those people can also follow me on Instagram if they'd like and see more about what I do for my work and what I love, right? But I probably wouldn't put those people on my Facebook just because of my life personally. But yes, so that is what I have. So you guys have any questions about branding yourself and using social media, any at all, hit me with them. I'm ready.
Don't be scared, guys. This is your time to ask.
Yes,
I've got a list,
please.
so I'll let everybody else ask first.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
What are you going to plan to do for next week while we're gone in Colorado? Clearly you want to post about that opportunity. Are you going to pre-schedule posts like Nicole kind of mentioned, or do you think you're going to like do it while we're there?
So I'm not a planner as per my calendars that have no numbers on them. So there's that. So I'm not going to plan. I don't really have an idea. I did have like one idea for a TikTok to go because my husband and I have never had a honeymoon because we got married and I already had a son and his mom's crazy. So like she took my husband right after we got married. Okay. Don't be that mom. So we never had a honeymoon. So this is our honeymoon. We've been married for 10 years. This is the honeymoon right here. So I plan to do like a TikTok that like kind of showed us going through. And I really want to show, my customers and everybody on my Facebook how exciting this is. I've never been on a Scentsy trip and everybody's like, it's going to be great. So that's kind of my thing. Lots of pictures. And then, I haven't really planned other than that. I figure they have Wi-Fi. They have to have Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
So like,
this point, y'all are about to go to like, let's just say it was on the cover of Southern Living. And before my mom realized that that's where the trip was, she came in, she was like, I want to go here. And I'm like, well, that's where the Scentsy trip's going. So
yeah, well, at least you know what to pack, Nicole. You're going to Florida. It's going to be hot. We have no idea what to pack. So there's also that.
Yeah.
So. Okay,
Yeah.
Meeting myself.
Hey, guess what? You can do a reel on that. You can ask social media.
There you go.
Colorado next week. What the
Yes.
heck do I pack? And people love giving opinions. So you will get 8 million opinions.
Yes. Hashtag Colorado, hashtag vacay.
Yep. And it's like people, one of some of the biggest engagement posts I have are when I'm posting about Disney, and they're genuine questions because I haven't been since I was a kid and my family's never been, but I'm indirectly promoting Scentsy without being an obnoxious Scentsy consultant by posting those things. And then those diehard Scentsy or those diehard Disney people are going to be like, wait, I have the opportunity to go to this place and to sell these products and to do this thing that, and everybody knows Disney fanatics are Disney fanatics. Yeah. And so I'm publicizing this awesome thing that I earned without coming out and being like, yay, I earned a trip. And so same type of thing like that. I think, Anya mentioned that earlier. There's so many things, everything that you do. If you take your kid out to eat lunch on a Wednesday and you get to do it because you're at home, because you're a Scentsy, talk about it. You don't have to be like, I'm doing this because I'm a Scentsy consultant.
Yeah.
They'll just see that you get to like Chloe is your SSD, right? Aren't you in
anymore?
Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. See, I get so confused how all of that works. But she posts all the time. It'll be like a Wednesday afternoon and she'll be laying out in her driveway or her pool or something. And I'm like, she doesn't come out and say, I get to lay out in my bathing suit on a Tuesday afternoon because of Scentsy, but you see her lifestyle and you start being like, dang, how does she get to do this?
Yes, absolutely. And I was just thinking, I've done where I like covered up the numbers. My husband told me I had to do that. I didn't know that was like a thing. On my Scentsy card, I'm like, woo, just look at that.
Like, babe, you like, just gave everyone your credit card number.
Cover the numbers. I'm like, oh, okay. But every Scentsy payday, I take my family out to dinner. So I did a little boomerang on my Instagram stories. It's like on the side and it does like you're doing it over and over again. So I did that where I'm like handing him my card to go pay for dinner. And I posted, so thankful for this life. I pay for dinner every single payday. And, just things like that, just posting about what you're doing, what you're living.
Yeah.
She said, what's a reel? A reel is like a fun little video. It has music with it. You really just have to play with the settings, but it's on Instagram. If you look up Instagram Reels, you'll see some that like are trending, and you can kind of copy what they're doing if you want to, or you can make it your own.
It's just like a TikTok on Instagram, pretty much.
Yes, yeah, TikTok on Instagram, just something to do, really.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, they censor less for like multi-level marketing than they do on TikTok. On TikTok, they work really hard to keep you in the dark over there, because anytime you do something related to Scentsy, I have like 16 views. If I do something silly, it's like I did with my car, I had like over 10,000 views, and I'm like, how the heck did that even happen? But it's because that's what TikTok does. So Instagram is better if you want to do more like Scentsy stuff. So yes, just a little cute little videos and fun. Just look it up, play around.
I had a question about Reels. Actually, I had a couple of questions. So do you have I've heard a couple of opinions about like the ideal amount of time for Reels, like 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Have you found any difference between the timing and what's been better with stuff?
I'll tell you guys. So my sisters are a lot younger than me. I have one that's 17 and I have one that is 20. Okay. So they're quite younger than me, Lord. So I've just learned this from them. They are not looking at anything for more than 30 seconds. And even 30 seconds is pushing it. So if you can fit your stuff in that quickly, feel free. But like, and it's easier.
They just skim through it.
Yep. They just scrolling like forward, nope, next. Or my youngest sister would be like, oh my gosh, get to the point. I'm like, I wasn't even done telling the whole backstory yet. What do you mean get to the point? I've got like 2 minutes of backstory. Like, that's just how they are. So if you can take videos on your actual phone and then you can import them into the reel and like clip it to exactly where you need it, you do like transition, you just push the button and it like does it for you. And put them all together to music. It sounds
Do you use an app? Do you use an app or do you just use Instagram or TikTok? Like, because I
just use Instagram or TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. I try not to make it too difficult, y'all. It's like
I don't know that stuff either.
Put everything on TikTok and then transfer it. I save the video and then cut the last bit that says TikTok out and then put it on my reels. That's what I really do.
That makes sense.
I'm not doing it multiple times.
Okay. I use a program called InShot, and
I heard about that one.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very user friendly.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But getting it onto Instagram, then I'm like, wait, that didn't go right, and it didn't import right, and it didn't cut right, and then the music cut off, and then the top of it, and it just gets messy.
It's easier if you redo your music. So even though you have like done this music, like I did the homeschool one the other day about I'd like to thank me at the end of the year. And I was
I see them all.
Yes, see, I did it on TikTok. And then when I put it in Instagram for Reels, it did not line up. So I just took the sound, like muted my sound and put in the new sound, searched on the Reels and put it in to make it line up. It was a whole thing.
Do you find that you've gotten a lot of customers? Because you said that with the world of Instagram, you say that you've got followers on there, but a lot of them are other direct sellers or Scentsy consultants. Do you find, because I've heard people like Jill McCarthy and, a lot of people that are like, I get a ton of customers from Instagram, and I don't know if I've ever gotten a single one from Instagram. Do you find that you're getting orders, customers, recruits from Instagram, or is that more relationship business building in that?
Yes. So for me, I've had more people ask me about Scentsy stuff on TikTok than I have on Instagram. But I will say I just made my Instagram public like around Christmas time, because I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And just, I don't know. I just was feeling really weird as a military spouse. I'm like, I don't know. We got a lot going on over here. And so I made a whole new Instagram. So like we're rebuilding, but I have had 2 customers from Instagram, but I mean 2 since Christmas. So, but I mean, the more people who add you and see your stuff, the more the algorithm will show other people. So I guess just keep going.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I'm just curious, because I do, like Rachel Pencil say that a lot, and she's like, yeah, I get a lot of customers, and I'm like, I've never had that happen.
No, not really. I think more for me is when I put, because on all of my mail out stuff, I tell my people to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. And so I'm trying to build that Instagram up, but more for me when I put it on Facebook, like my customers eat those videos up. They think it's fantastic. They love it. They'll ask me different questions about things. I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm like, for me, it's for my customers that are going to see it when I put it on Facebook.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I have another question.
Yeah.
Sorry. How do you handle when we're talking about engaging? How do you handle when you've got a lot of Scentsy consultants that you've become friends with on Facebook, and then all of a sudden your news feed is filled with other Scentsy consultants? And give me the honest truth, because I'll tell you what I do, and I probably sound like a big B word, but
oh, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna sound like a jerk. I hide them.
I unfollow everybody. I love all of you guys. I'm sorry. I love you all. But if you're not in my direct downline, then I'm not going to be following you. I want to engage with my front line, so I'm getting to know you guys. But everybody else, I love you, and I'm sorry I'm not following you, because you don't. It's important to build those relationships, but that's not what you need to be spending the bulk of your time on when you're on Facebook. And all of a sudden, oh
you need to use Facebook intentionally for your business. And like I tell my team, I love you so much, and like message me like if you want me to see something, because I don't look at notifications. There's way too many. I can't, because I'm like a squirrel. I'll like, okay, no, so much. So I don't look at notifications, and I do hide people. I know it's awful. That's why I love Instagram too, is because that is my place to connect with all of my Scentsy people. And I'm like, oh, I love this. What a good idea. But I hide them because my customers and my business comes first.
Okay. So that's why I asked, because it's important. And I think we've got a good amount of new people here too. And some of this stuff, when you talk about it so much, you forget to then go over that type of stuff with people, first join.
Well, and you also don't want to hurt anyone's feelings either when they first join. And I know some upline like to monitor their downline. They just do, I think, or just maybe kind of make sure that they're staying in compliance, or just making sure. That's not something that I like to do. So like, I don't join any of my downlines groups. Like I'm not doing that. And my thing is like, I have a lot of friends that are now Scentsy consultants. So like, when they're posting on their Facebook or something like that, like I do want to see their kids and what they're doing with their life. And so it's hard because I'm like, Nicole, like I don't need to see I'm posting the same thing you are. So like, I don't need to see that a new summer collection just released. I already know that. So it is difficult.
Feed is filled with summer collection right now. And I'm like, I love you all, but I don't see any of my customers
or friends.
We
still have family, and like,
have a life.
I think that's what the Scentsy family tree and glow up tribe, I feel like those two groups are there for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For like us to communicate and talk and stuff like that. And that's just how I feel, because I'm the same way. Like seeing so many Scentsy stuff on my news feed is like driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't want to be the one to drive other people crazy because they're looking at all my Scentsy stuff. You know what I mean?
And even though, and this might be a little bit off topic, but since we're talking about it, Anya, I'm curious. When you have a VIP page on Facebook? So in that group, is it just customers, or do you have your team that?
So I have my new people, and they get to stay until their 70 days is up, and then I kick them out.
Okay.
I kick them out because I'm like, by then you know what you're doing in your VIP group, right? And like, it is not meant to be nasty. But y'all, I don't have a team if I don't have a business. My business has to come first. It just does. And it's not to be nasty. It's not to be mean. You know what to post by now, or don't post for a few days if you're an every few days person, as long as you're consistent. And I mean, I'm like Lindsay, I'm not the compliance police. I don't have time for that. I really don't. So unless it's fully brought to my attention, like I'm not dealing with that.
No, that's good. I always just like hearing other people's take on it, because I know everybody, and I see these conversations go on in the D group, but everybody's not in there yet. And so you'll see all those conversations one day, but it's a lot of conversations.
Yeah. And it's a hard line, because again, like you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but at the same time, it's like, I don't need to be, invited to that. Like, I don't need to do that. And then also it's like, at the same time, I don't mind, like, I don't mind if people like want to use my post, but then what sometimes will bother me is like if they use my post word for word and like not make it their own. So then that's another reason why I'm like, maybe you don't need to be my group. Like someone that I was not on my Scentsy team that I was friends with was literally taking all of my posts. She's another consultant for somebody else, and I unfriended her. I was like, I don't even like
yeah. No, I'm all about helping my people.
Right.
No, I'm like you. If you're taking my stuff word for word, like you're not me, I'm not you. Like, no, change it up. Okay. Make it sound like you. If I see that, and I've told my team, because I am I love to have fun. I really do. But y'all, this is a business. Like, I am a director, but I don't have really time for your feelings because it's a business. Okay. We're friends. I love you. Yes, it's great. And if you're like really hurting over something that I'm saying, let's talk about it. But you gotta put your feelings in your pocket. This is a business. So if you're upset that I'm like, it's time for you to go on a VIP group, sorry. If you have been copying my stuff word for word and I'm like, you gotta go, sorry. It's just kind of the way that it is. I mean, I'm very upfront with those expectations. So if you're gonna go ahead and you're going to betray that trust, I don't have time for it. I'll still coach you up 100%. But like, I don't play that game.
Yeah. And that's in the world of algorithms and stuff too. It is, you guys, we could sit here for 5 days talking about algorithms and then come back 5 days from now and something has changed. And some rule out there that Facebook has decided that they're going to change something that doesn't have people see our posts. Raise your hand if every single thing you've posted over the past week has gone to a sale format. Hey, guess what? I'm selling my kids at this point. I'm selling my kids because I posted a picture of them earlier and they were like, Brody's for sale. And I'm like, nope, he's not. Don't know why you said he was. Everything. And it's because those keywords and they learn your habits and all of that stuff. So where the problem comes in is if somebody's copying your post, if someone on Anya's team copies her post, or if I'm another consultant and I see her post, or let's say I follow Rachel Pence and Jennifer Anderson and I see their post and I take their picture and I copy their exact verbiage, boom, they're flagged because of it.
Yeah.
And I'm flagged. So no one's seeing anybody's post. So it ends up making people be like, okay, I'm just going to keep this all to myself. So it's a tricky world, but that's why what Anya, this whole thing talking about, being you, building that brand, or doing that, you don't have to take it from anybody else. You have to find out who's you. And you may not realize it, but people know if it's you posting it or if it's somebody else. I know the exclamation points, the period users, you can tell these things. You learn people's habits, and people will post stuff and you're like, you didn't type that. You did not type that. You don't use emojis and you just used a poop emoji or whatever it was, Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, that's interesting. I just always like to.
Okay, and that doesn't build trust with your customers, by the way. Like, that's opposite. It's inauthentic and it's gross. Just don't be you. There's nothing wrong with you. You are wonderful. You are who you are for a reason. Be you. Be confident in who you are and just be you. That's so important.
Love it. Does anybody else have any questions while we've got this awesome girl with us? Y'all don't be coming out five hours later and be like, hey, this question about reels, because this is the time to ask. I mean, obviously you guys can always ask, but I'm like, see that I go back and I'm like, just kidding. But if you guys don't have anything else, then I think we're done right at an hour. Look at us.
Love that.
Oh, thank you so much. This was really helpful and really just a good reminder about all of the things. Social media is like its own world, but it can pay off so much. And it doesn't have to be as difficult as it can sound. I think really what it boils down to is just, those neat things you were talking about, being yourself, being authentic. Everybody really try to think about those 3 things that you guys posted. And really think, I think my favorite thing you said tonight was something that you can teach somebody. I love that, because we all, even if y'all don't realize it, we all have something that you can teach to somebody. If you're sitting here going, I'm just a mom, trust me, you probably have some trick about being a mom, about cooling down the car seat over the summer, or how to not toss your kids out the window driving down the car and lose your mind, whatever it is. You have something to offer people. So, think about that, because I think you're onto something there, and I think that's important.
I learned a whole lot here. I'm not a big social media buff, and I have been the last like 2 months. I'm really trying to get more comfortable with social media and, learning where to find things and how to do things. And I learned a whole lot here tonight of things that I've been doing wrong and things I need to stop doing and things I need to do more.
Well, good. I hope it helps you, because I'll tell you guys too, like I just thought about this, but I'm like, seriously, over 70%, I actually did the math the other day. Over 70% of my front line have never purchased a thing from me. Over 70% of them. Wow. And it's all because I'm just living my best life, hanging out on social media, and people think, oh, she's been on social media all day. Really, I mean, it doesn't take that long to snap a picture. My kids love it. They love being the center of attention. It just works.
And I will say, as someone who has been watching you and what you're doing, the biggest thing that I will totally give you props about, and I know this is something we all battle with, this girl doesn't give a crap what anybody thinks about her. And I know that that's easier said than done, but I know that there is a stigma attached to direct sales, and that can be really intimidating, where we're self-conscious about getting on, because who, from college that I haven't seen, girl, we were really good friends and we haven't seen each other, and this, there's a million different things that go through your head when you get on there, what family
I've been told I was a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, exactly. What family member is going to judge me, or my old boss, I'm friends with him and he's going to think, oh, I don't work there anymore. And now I'm doing, there's so many things. We've all fought them. But so if you guys haven't seen the post that's floating around, I will share it to our big group page about the empty room. Have you guys seen this? I don't know who started it. Have you seen it, Anya?
No.
Okay, so I think it was Joe McCarthy who started it, and it was literally a picture of an empty room with a chair in the corner, and she was like, you see this picture? These are all the people right here that pay your bills.
Amen.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and it was more it was better than that, but it was like, these are the people that pay your bills. These are the people whose opinions matter about what you're doing. And I was like, dang, that's really good. Now, the downside of that is that everybody took that exact same picture and her exact same text, and then they went and they posted the exact same thing, which isn't good, because then Facebook's like, oh God, here come the direct sellers, and we're doing those icky things we don't want to be doing. But the idea behind that is so true. And you do that. And like you said, 70%, that's amazing. That's because you're out there. Your why story, you didn't care. You cried. That's why I shared the why with them, because it was so raw. It was so honest. It was stuff that some people probably are like, I don't want to talk about that because it's personal. Well, guess what? I watched that and was like, wow, I feel like I know this girl so much better, So seriously, if you guys haven't watched that video, go back and watch that, just so you can kind of just see, and then, just try it. Don't worry about what other people are thinking about you, because
absolutely. And I'll say too, you have to remember, for as many people who might be dogging you, or like, oh my God, here we go again, there's so many more who are like, I wish I could do that. And that's really a huge thing for me, is I'm like, I want other people to see me in my bikini with my stretch marks and my flabby belly. Like, it is what it is, because it's real life. And if we can make other people feel more comfortable about being themselves and being real, maybe we'll have a lot less fakeness in the world, which would be really nice.
Amen.
Because it's not relatable. It's not real. You have to be relatable. That's the biggest thing. So be you.
Exactly. And like you said earlier, if you're just being yourself, then people will see that and be like, oh, well, this girl has her, kid coming in. Like, that's normal. Like, she's a mom and she's doing this, it makes it, you're a real human. You're not a billboard of like, hello, I've got this.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's like, speak of the devil.
Yeah, okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for showing up tonight. Most importantly, this is really important. I know I got a little bit, I feel like I was still really nice in the pose, but I was like, y'all better show up. I know the topic tonight. So thank you guys for being here. And Anya, thank you. This was awesome. And y'all have so much fun in Colorado. Lindsay and Amanda and Anya, I hope I'm not leaving anybody out that's going.
Tina.
Is Tina going to Colorado too?
Yeah, she's flying with us. and find me so we can like say hi.
I was gonna say, I expect a selfie of the 4 of you all and then posting it in the team page. You get a point for the.
I'm gonna go up to Anya and be like, I was on that Zoom training you did last week. We have to take a selfie.
Yes, let's do it.
Hey, and then you can share it and you can talk about how awesome it is that you all met virtually last week and now you all partying together.
How we just leave our kids at home and say
Bye.
Oh, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll talk to you
Thank y'all.
guys.
Thanks for this, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.